I got to get back on Channel 3. I had called them the day before. I have to go over this really clearly. It's just every step in my mind, it's just so difficult and painful. Call them the day before. It's on the phone records when they were working at the muffler shop that they called Channel 3 news station. 7th Avenue, I believe. I call and say I have the proof of the waiting list at the Phoenix VA being a scandalous one. But what they didn't know, I had also 5 Alive cards that I had made personally being involved with police, of what you should do when police come through the door to keep you alive from getting shot. I failed to mention that. Also, what I had was some hats say I support Phoenix police. I think it would have been a good story for a black person with those hats saying I support Phoenix police, especially for Phoenix police. Do you think that would be a good idea? Something to laugh at, or something at the very least. So I had that. I had 3 things: the proof of the Phoenix VA scandal and the paperwork, and I had waited 3 years to tell the public what happened to me. And I still haven't got a chance to talk to the director about it. I still have those papers and the truth. Still have the papers and the truth. Still hadn't got I can't even get a 10-minute phone call with the director to tell him my problem. I have to be transferred now to Tucson. She don't want to even see me, don't even want to hear me. Let me get out and not get off the subject. So I go to and I tell them, I say, look, I got the proof of the Phoenix VA scandal. Proof, mind you. And I want to come in tomorrow. They say, okay, thanks. Thanks for the heads up. I think it was that little young boy that was grandfathered in the position of being a news anchor son. He said, thanks for the heads up. I said, okay. I get there. Who starts the show but Heidi? Heidi is on Channel 5, I guess, in a black dress. She's been wearing the shit out of that black dress for years. When she was little, I guess she would put her hands over her eyes and think that she disappeared. That's why they call her Heidi. Because they couldn't think of a name for her little ass. She was scared of her own shadow when she was born. So they said, well, damn, maybe call her little ass Heidi or something, baby. Or something. I don't know what the hell wrong with her. She seemed to be scared of her own shadow. So they named her Heidi. So I come in. Heidi jumped up on her desk like I was Bin Laden. Now they know I'm coming the day before. I'm not bullying. This is a true story. And I'm like, the first thing I said, what is wrong with that lady there? It was all a joke on me. They playing around the water cooler, the same kind of joke that got them killed. One news person killed, shot on camera while they was doing another story. Same type of joke that they came up with. Because rather than tell the truth about the story, and they wasn't too confident that another news story wouldn't have tucked the story. So they had to have me come in, and they had to make me look stupid or insane. They stayed up all night planning this. After I said I had the proof of the Phoenix VA waiting list scandal. So they can't let this go. You know, their nieces and nephews work there. Mothers and daughters work there. So they can't let this out neither. Shit, I might fire my own mother. Can you see the logic of this? So when I come in, when he said thanks for the heads up, it's on the phone records the night before, and it's on the video security thing the day how they treated me. They can't mess with that. That's almost like police involved stuff that you can't mess with. They can doctor stuff up, even though the photographers that film them and do stories of news stories, they're not supposed to mess with it. Cause somebody come in there and shoot somebody, you better have it on film for one, and it better not be doctored for another. So here we go. The minute I come through the door, I'm Bin Laden. I could have just had a Bin Laden mask on. It would have been the same thing. Heidi jumps up on the top of a desk. I'm like, what's wrong with that lady? And they, sir, what can we help you with? It's all on camera. I don't know. I even destroyed it by now. I say, I called y'all the night before, and I told y'all I had the proof of the VA scandal. And I waited 3 years to tell you about it. Hey, no, I said all that the night before. Well, you got to write it down, sir. You got to do this. And that Heidi, she still, I almost see Heidi's panties and shit. She's so high up on the desk, like she playing these games like she's so scared. I'm talking about jumped up on the top of the desk. They in a little news, what do they call that? Reception booth. I'm like, what the fuck? And it was all a game. When I left, I know they were laughing their ass off. By the time I left, they canceled the story and called all the other news stations, making me look like I was some kind of idiot. I called 3 days, wondering what I did wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. The only explanation that lady gave me is somebody came in with the confession of murder over a phone, and he must have been a black guy. And that's why they treated me like that. And I said, oh, really? So you let me walk out because you thought I was something similar to that. So I'm saying to myself, how many murderers have you let out of your station because you let this one guy come in and he had a confession of murder, and as much as y'all like to lock a black up a day, keep the doctor away, you let me out to go down the street with no police call. I could have stayed there and argued about it, and they wouldn't have called the police for nothing in the world. Because half of the story was about the police, but they didn't know. I had 5 Alive cards showing, we could have just said, fuck the VA story. If someone had came out and treated me with respect, I would have said, look, well, you know what, man, maybe y'all relatives are there, and I'll try some other kind of format to tell my story. I would have did that. If they would have said, look, Mr. Stewart, you don't have enough facts, and we don't want to get sued, I would have shook their hand, and that would have been all about it. No, you got to play some pussy-ass games. You had a lot of ways to do that. I mean, I called all the way from corporate to the station manager. Everybody was playing the same bullshit. Until I got the AANCP, which was on a volunteer basis. Ain't that a bitch? In Phoenix. They're only on a volunteer basis in Phoenix, and they stay in the high country with the other racist people. And he was more concerned about where Fryers was than he was about doing my case. But they went all the way to Washington, D.C. The black lady got a wig knocked off, and they got put in jail. Same people from Phoenix went all the way to Washington, D.C., got in a fight. The lady got a wig knocked off. Instead of staying here helping me with a racist Channel 3, got a wig knocked off, looked real ghetto from Phoenix. the AANCP. And he was more concerned about going to Fry's to get something to eat than he was defending me in a discrimination case. So, that's okay. What happened? They moved, took the surveillance footage and the phone records from the night before. That was the only way that they could cover up what they did to me. I was suicidal. It was in my military record. I called 3 days in a row. Wondering what I did wrong. A lady named Stewart that works at that station. That probably doesn't work there now. It could even be that black lady. Her name was Stewart before, and she married to somebody else. Was her name or something. I don't know who she is, and I don't want her singled out. Saved me from committing suicide. True story. Because they playing pussy games at Channel 3. Now they go with Channel 5. And Channel 5 talking about, why y'all bring y'all silly ass over here making the spot hot? You know, shit, y'all did all this, but they, for whatever reason, now they are combined together. Heidi still got on that black ass dress that she was on the top of the desk that I seen her panties, playing like she's scared. And Channel 3 and Channel 5 had a reception booth. Heidi jumped up on the desk, and you see her panties. She playing like she's scared, cause she playing like I'm Bin Laden coming through the door. Motherfucker. And never apologized to me to this day, since they moved from that muffler shop they called Channel 3 news station, that I could have pushed the wall, and what you were seeing on TV as them being sitting at the desk anchoring, the board would have came down on their head and you would have seen the outside of 7th Street. Motherfuckers. Smoke and mirrors. So I never got an apology from it. I still got the truth and the proof about the VA scandal and the waiting list and how people died. Nobody asked me for it. Ain't nobody gonna ask me for it. The only person I respect is Alice Rodriguez, because she happened to be out of town. And if she was there, she wouldn't have went for that shit. Channel 3. So, what makes you think that Donald Trump is going to tell you what he's going to do before he does it? Channel 3. He's going to tell you just the opposite. And just the opposite is probably going to be, he's going to go over and build El Trumpo Towers. And y'all going to feel betrayed. And you should feel like a fool anyway, because who would tell you what they're going to do before they do it? That's just like a person. It's only one job position open. You tell your friend, instead of you getting the job, your friend get it. Thank you.